Hello everyone, let me show you how I did this bind off braid, joining two edges together. As you can notice, this piece, this sample is flat, therefore maybe to show beginners how to make one left. So when you have stitches, because you're knitting in the round and you have the last stitch on your needle, that this stitch is my last stitch in the round. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift this bar between those two stitches. As you can see, the hole is over here, so we need to knit through the front leg to close on this gap. And like this. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're going to slide the stitch on the left knitting needle. Okay, so we have last stitch if you're knitting in the round on the right needle, and we have created that extra stitch which is on our left. So we're pretending I did that all. If you're knitting flat and you would want to have the same braid bind off connecting two edges, you can just follow what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to pretend that our make one left stitch is our first stitch, and this will be the stitch that will be creating the braid. And then the most important thing about joining the edges together is to reading the edge. So you try to basically make sure that whatever you're picking up, it's approximately on the opposite side of the stitch that you're binding off on this knitting needle. Prepare, I'm doing continental style, and that's the way I'm going to show you. So just pay attention in case if you're holding the yarn in your right hand and you're knitting English style. So first what we're going to do, we're going to knit through the back loop of the second stitch, but at the same time lifting and knitting two stitches together to the back loop. Put my needle through the second stitch, and now I'm looking for the edge that I would want to pick up. And once I have those two together, I'm going to knit through both. Keep the stitch on the knitting needle, and I'm going to knit through the first stitch on my left knitting needle, which is the one that is going to create that lovely braid. And I'm taking everything off my left knitting needle. I have two now, and now what we're going to do, we're going to slide one back. So as you can see, now we have one stitch on the right knitting needle, hopefully you can see it, and we will need to add something extra to bind off this too. So let's do that one more time. We're going to knit through the back loop of the second stitch and lift one stitch from the edge. So just direct the top of your right needle through the edge first, and then through this stitch. And now when we have two, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide the left needle a little bit, put it through those two stitches and knit them together through the back loop. And like this. And now we're going to knit through the first stitch on the left needle and slide both off. Slip the first stitch from the right knitting needle to the left one.